Okay. So a couple of things that some people asked me during the break, so I'll try and rapid fire them now. Hashtags. So if you notice, Steve spoke about hashtag B4B live, what do hashtags do, etc. Especially on Instagram, what they do is they just link the content that you're putting up, and if people are searching a certain hashtag, you'll pop up. But what a lot of people are doing with their hashtags when they're posting on Instagram, they'll put content, and then the first comment, they'll put all these hashtags underneath it. Have you noticed that? 1 million hashtags. That's not a bad thing, that's really important. But if you're cutting and pasting the same hashtags every time, what happens is Instagram will shadow block it, which means they will not be boosted anymore. And there's a program called Shadow Blocker or something like that, you can test it. However, if you're being real and you're hashtagging things that relate to that post that you put up, Instagram won't block it, and it helps with your organic boost, okay? So hashtags are good, just don't cut and paste them, okay? Make sure that you're doing them fresh every time you do, otherwise they'll be blocked. And the only way to get around that is to put them in your comments post, like your actual post, okay? So anyone hashtagging at the moment, doing the big paragraph of hashtagging, make sure it's fresh and relevant every time. Because, remember, the machine is run by humans. If they don't stay relevant, they don't make money. So they want to make sure that every post that goes up is done by, one, humanoids. Yep. Doesn't matter. I've got a friend that runs a pretty large social media agency and does work keynotes in America and here, and I asked her, because I was like you, I keep on getting these mixed messages, and she said, no, just keep it relevant, keep it fresh, and keep it new. Don't keep on copying, okay? And that's how the algorithm works, okay? Cool? Awesome. Sorry, Tula, what was the question you asked me? Okay, cool. Yeah, got it. So most people would already know that you can only put a certain percentage of text in your picture on your Facebook ad. Was it too much text in the picture? Yeah. Well, there is actually a guide through Facebook, and they've got a grid that you can use. But what I try and do is I don't put any writing. Rule of thumb, there's no writing on any pictures that I do. It's all underneath. Okay, I think that's always best to do. The other thing is, you would have seen we shared a zombie video that we downloaded and we posted onto our Facebook page. If you're going to share someone else's content, it's not going to get the same result if you actually post content live to your page. You're just sharing someone else's post. You actually see little to no organic stuff. But if it's really cool content, if you post it yourself, upload it, download it, computer, upload to Facebook, you actually will get a lot better results than just sharing across the platform. Cool? Awesome. So, a couple of gold nuggets. And the last thing someone asked me was they want to do more in social media. They want to get their creative out there. Right at the end, I'm going to share some tools with you to help you go to the next step. So just relax, take a deep breath. We're actually going to do the work now, and we're going to start creating an ad. How's that sound? Sound good? So, guys, I want you for the next, and this is going to be super quick because you should have thought about it over the break, for the next 2 minutes, what is your $1 million message? What is your message? What is your unique point of difference? What problems are you solving for your ideal customer? They can be multiple messages, but the theme should be the same. If you can create a message that can go across multiple platforms, even better. That makes strategy. Digital marketers down the back, they will tell you this. If you can create a message that can be put across works across all platforms, it's even better than having different messages because it keeps the consistency. Cool. So 2 minutes, start writing down what your unique point of difference is, and then I'm going to ask some people to share. Our $1 million message. If you get this right, you can put it across multiple platforms, and then you can get super ninja. You can do all sorts of wonderful stuff that we're not going to do today because we just want to get something done and implemented. We don't want to get too confusing. All right. Let's start at the table in the corner to my right, just here. What's one of your unique points of difference, your unique message? Do we need a mic? Probably not. Just scream it out.
We guarantee you will get results in a given time frame that lead to feel confident.
Okay. Can you guarantee it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because if you're going to make a guarantee, you better guarantee that you guarantee it. Then it's going to guarantee it happens. 100% money back. Love it. Back room. Next level. What do you do, Mark? So real estate, next level. You didn't put it in legit. You didn't put legit next level. Legit marketing. I like it. Back there, Tony, your table. All right, so you need to take that and bring it to here. Cool. All right. Ladies? That's in Sydney somewhere, isn't it? That's Sydney. I live in Shell Harbour. Anything across the bridge is Sydney. Yep. So you support local business. Cool. You guys? So you just did. I'll show up, I'll be there. Who has asked for a Sparky plumber, contractor or someone just to show up to do a quote and they've never shown up? Oh my gosh. Who has wanted to punch one? No. Just had it, mate. Now all you got to do is most people have the essence, the core. You just got to articulate it. That's all it is. So don't sell yourself short. 2 seconds done. Boom. Down here. Awesome. So you need to take that core message and bring it in and bring it down. And it's not easy, but you will get there.
So before I became an accountant, I worked as a baker for 5 years. So I got the accountant who wears the work.
Oh, I like that. That's good. Yeah. That's a good one. All right, this table. I haven't done this table, have I? No. Cool. So we just need to bring that down a little bit. So what I'm saying is everyone has a unique message and their point of difference, but what you got to do is refine it and get that a step above all the noise. For us, all our competitors will say things like, we are the biggest. We've got the best equipment. What's the other things they say? Longest, we've been going the longest, and all that sort of stuff. We talk about Ultimate Paintball, exclusive interactive paintball games. That's how we talk. And then we've got multiple messages that still link into that. We don't talk about being the biggest and all that sort of stuff. We separate ourselves from the rest. We don't talk about gun upgrades and stuff like that. No one cares until you get into it. We want to draw the customer to us. We want to get traffic to our website. Okay? I'll show you an ad that's working really well for us, and all it says, and we have a pub next door. Okay? So which we do. So, cool. All right. So we've done that. Now, this is the ad. Yeah, sorry. So this is, again, when you do ads, run video, don't run stills. Videos are good. See this video here? This video is like maybe 4 years old that I found on YouTube. I downloaded it, I cut it up, and then I asked the VAs from Breakthrough for Business to put that little logo on, and it's a cool vid. I think a few people have seen it. And you can see, book your work party today, Sydney's premier paintball park, and we have a pub next door. That's killing it. We're getting so many leads from corporate bookings. We just had a guy from, I can't say, it's government. What can I say? From a large organisation that has 180 students that are graduating and want to come up and on the last day shoot the crap out of each other. So that come directly from that ad because there's a pub next door. So cool. Awesome. We getting it? Oh, sorry, I just put that in last night because it was a little hack that I shared with some people, but I want to share you now. So before we get into building customer audiences, when you see your competitors, because most of the time we do see our competitors, if they're advertising, we'll see them because we've liked their page or we're just watching them. So we'll see their ad pop up. Little hack for you. If you want to know why you're seeing their ad, there's a couple of 3 dots on the right-hand side of their ad. You can click this. It'll come up saying, why am I seeing this? And then it'll give you all this information why you're seeing it. So this competitor, I worked out that it was Whitespace Social. So straight away, I went straight over to Whitespace Social to see what they were like as a media agency. And then I went, cool, I'm safe. And then I worked out down the bottom, it tells me that they were targeting people between the age of 20 to 64 who live in Australia. Boom. Okay, that's super targeted. So it's good. That's a little hack that you can use if you're seeing your competitors popping up and you want to know why you're seeing that ad. It's a bit of a gold nugget. You can keep that. Not getting my jokes. All right, cool. Are we ready to fire? We're going to get some work done. All right. So now we're going to fire. We're going to launch our campaign, build our campaign. We're going to launch it. I'm just going to find the worksheet. Before we do that, I just need to know, I spoke about Pixel. So everyone understands Pixel is a bit of code that sits in your website. If you don't know how to, if you're not a web developer or you don't know how to do it, just get your web developer to pop it in. And if they're any sort of web developer, they'll do it for free because it should be industry standard. If they're a good web developer, they should know that 2 pixels should be on your page, which is your Google and your Facebook. Had a mate who I'd been talking to for over a year that does heaps of digital marketing, heaps in a massive growth industry, spending thousands. I told him a year ago, put your pixel on. About a month ago, he goes, oh mate, I just realised I don't have my Facebook pixel on. So he's missed all that data. This is where all your data comes from, all your analytics comes from, that bit of code. Cool. So if you don't do anything else today, if you haven't got your pixel on your website, get it on there. What are you going to do? Get your pixel on. Yeah, cool. Your pixel's in, yeah. So if you're not sure where it's from, ask your web developer, but it sits in the back end in ads, like where Ads Manager is, and it'll create, you can go, it says pixel, and you just cut and paste that code and you send it. Just cut and paste, send it straight to your web developer. I think you can get plugins for WordPress as well. If you're not OFA, that will do it. Okay. All right. So Pixel connects the dots. What it does, and I'll show you this later, is all your analytics. So you know about Google Analytics, how many people visit your website, age, gender, demographics, as much information you want. That's what Pixels will give you. It used to be called Insights. It's now called Facebook Analytics. Cool. All right. And what I've done is it's so hard to see, I'm sorry guys. This is just a little bit of analytics here to show you, and it's telling me that in the last month through Facebook advertising that 2,500 people have gone to my website. It's actually 2.8. That is new users, so we had old users as well go there. It will tell me that the second two columns, the blue and green, that 18 to 24 is my biggest demographic, next to 25 to 34, and that the green one is male. This good stuff? Is this important? Yeah, so that's what a pixel's going to give you. And it just goes on. We won't get too much bogged down in that stuff because it's about getting stuff done and implementing your ad. You've got to get your ad started before you actually get this stuff, eh? All right. And then this is the good thing about Facebook. With their new, which I think was upgraded about 5 months ago, you can create like sales funnels through Facebook. It's really user friendly. Everyone's scared. Don't be scared. Just go in and break the thing. You won't break it. Just have a muck around. You can create sales funnels in Facebook. It's flipping amazing. All right, let's build an ad. We're ready? Yeah, cool. 2 of you. Great. Thanks, Phil. All right. So Facebook advertising is broken up into 3 sections, okay? First is your campaign, then your ad set, and then your ad. That's how it is. See how it's shaped like a funnel? Cool. All right. So what you're going to see, which probably you look over here, is your objective. That's where we're going to start, okay? So we're going to run through this stuff, and then we're going to stop, and we're going to work out what your objective is. So, yeah, Jeremy? Yep. Yeah. So you'll find it, you can go to facebook.com/business. They'll show you how to put it in, but most pages you'll actually see it on the side, Ads Manager. It's already sitting in the background. It should, I think, pretty sure it's sitting in the background for you. Yeah, cool. Yep. If you're going to jump into building a campaign. So just remember Ads Manager is the platform, okay, and then it'll tell you, do you want to create a campaign? It's super user friendly, okay? That's what I'm in now, Ads Manager. Now, there's Power Editor, and I don't use it. Some people like social media agencies, they're super ninja and technical at that stuff. Ads Manager and Power Editor, a lot of the features that are in Power Editor now have come across to Ads Manager. It never used to be, but used to be super separated, but they're making it more inclusive in Ads Manager. And depending on how super ninja you are, just stick to Ads Manager, because anyone that's in social media will tell you that Power Editor is not the easiest thing to use. Cool. So we're going to choose our objective, and if we look at it, you've got, what's your marketing objective? So you've got awareness, consideration, and then conversion, okay? So you've got brand awareness and reach. I'd say for this today, to get stuff done, throw that out the door. What we're going to work on is consideration, because we want to get results, okay? So the first one is traffic. That is about sending people to your web page or to a landing page. Okay, on that landing page you might have an objective that you want to do on that, but I'm going to try and keep it simple and not get bogged. You just want to send it to traffic. We do a lot of traffic ads, and we're just sending them to our web page because it's sexy, super hot, our web page. So if they don't like us after that, then well, there's not much we can do. We do have a pop-up on there that captures their details if they want to enter a competition. We do have other specific landing pages, but I'm not going to get bogged down in that. The second one is engagement. So if you just want to build your page up, so if you've got a new Facebook page and you just want to get likes to it and people to know about it, that's the one you use, okay? So if you want to bring more people to know about your business page, use engagement. App installs, anyone got apps? Most people don't. Okay, I don't know whether it will work on your app. Yeah, because it's more of a, we won't get into the details of that. So we'll just, video views, that's more of a branding thing, video views. We use video views because it's super cheap. It costs like 2 to 3 cents for a video view. And we have ads constantly running with just different video views. It gets engagement, but we're just sitting in there in the background, retargeting some people, targeting new people, and just reminding people that we're there, kind of like a billboard. We're just constantly there in the background. Okay, so we do use video views because they're engaging. Lead generation is something that you would use to capture data or people's details. Okay, so for instance, if you've got an ebook that you want to put out there that has your $1 million message, you can capture all their information without sending them off Facebook. Facebook actually hates people leaving Facebook, believe it or not. They want you to stay on Facebook. And what it does is stores all that data in the back end of Facebook that you can download and then put into your CRM to get to contact next time. And there's a new thing called Messenger. Now, has anyone done any Messenger ads? No? Cool. I don't know. I think it's a bit of a flop, if you ask me, but I'm not an expert. For me, it's a bit of a flop because has anyone got ads in their Messenger yet? Yeah. I find it really intrusive. Yeah. It's like almost text ads. I don't really like it. It will work if you're doing, say, a retargeting campaign. And there's a thing called ManyChat. There's a few different versions of it when you can automate messenger bots. Sorry? Did you put your hand up? Oh, sorry, I thought you did. You can automate like conversations in messenger bots, but I don't know. It's a test and measure thing, so you can try that. But for today, I would just start with the basics. Cool? Yep.
What about Facebook Live? Apparently,
Yeah, this Facebook Live, I've tried it. It works, but you've got to build a tribe. You've got to build a following. So basically, if you're just going to go up on Facebook every now and then and go, hi, how you going? And you haven't built that relationship with people, people won't engage. It's like flick, 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 flick. I find Facebook Live works really good in a closed group, meaning a private group. But unless you're like a celebrity or something like that, when it first came out, Facebook was going, Facebook Live, yeah, boost it, it's a new thing, let's get it out there. But now, you see how things change so quick? We're just so used to it now. It's like, another live post, you know. So if you've got community and you've got a tribe and you've built that connection, then, you know, jump on it. Like I know if Steve went Facebook Live, I would listen to him because he has a tribe. I listen to him sometimes, you know, but that's the thing about Facebook Live. And you're right, they don't charge. But that's the jab, jab, jab. You're not asking for anything. If you're doing Facebook Live, please don't ask for anything. You're just building community. So, on your workbook Facebook template, I want you to circle whether you're going to do a traffic ad, an engagement ad, a video views ad, or a lead generator. So do you remember what they are? Traffic is you're going to send them straight to your website. Engagement, you just want more likes, people commenting on posts. A lead generation might be for Jim. You might do 2 tips to slim down for summer. Put your details here. Do. And the good thing is it's all automated. Yep. Yep. You can link them into a CRM. I'm not the Entreport guys aren't here, but I'm pretty sure now that you can link So that information goes straight to a CRM. And then that CRM, for people that don't know, a CRM is a client relationship manager. It's automated. You can create sequences, communication that's automated. So then you can start the sequence, the communication that way. But pretty much what you're doing is the same thing. If you're sending them to a landing page to capture and then sending, do you use a CRM? What CRM do you use? Infusionsoft? Yes. There's a big competition between Ontraport and Infusion. I use Infusionsoft too. So that's good. I prefer to send them to a landing page. Yeah. Because what you can do is with that landing page is you can change it up, or you can just insert a different landing page. If one's not working, you can create another one. And Infusionsoft's just brought out new landing pages, which is sexy as. Cool. Awesome. So, did that answer your question? Yeah, cool. Either way, it's still, you're creating a lead generation. You're generating a lead, because it's easy to generate leads. I find it's easy to get people to your website. It's super easy to get people to a website. It's hard to get them to the next stage. Okay? So, I find this is the easy part of Facebook marketing, all right? And that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about marketing, we're talking sales. Marketing, two separate things. And it's really important to understand that marketing and sales are two different things. Cool? Awesome. Have we circled it? Yep, cool. So now we're going to start our ad set. And you can have multiple ad sets for any campaign. So if you do a campaign that is a traffic and you want to try different ad sets, which are broken down here. So I'm just going to move forward. Oh, probably can't see that. But Facebook's actually quite smart. If you look at, I've turned it sideways on the objectives. It's actually a sales funnel. And what it's doing is awareness, interest, decision, action. That's what it's doing. All right, it's just breaking it down. It's just sideways. So if you can think of Facebook's getting clever and clever, and they understand the power of sales funnels, because if sales funnels works for them, it means they make more this stuff, because you're going to spend more, which makes their shareholders really happy. And if you're spending more money, it's getting more engagement, and the whole world is all love. Cool? Awesome. So just remember it's a sales funnel. All right. So the next step we're going to do, and you probably can't see it, is there a laser pointer on this thing, Steve? Is that the eye? Is that going to power it off? It says don't point it in my eye. I don't want to power it off, mate. I don't want to look like an amateur too much. Oh, got it. Got it. Look at that. Okay, so can you see down the side here? This one's a little bit easier to see. You can see that it's got your campaign and your objectives there. And there's little ticks, which are really hard to see. So at any time, if you start something and you bow out of Facebook for whatever reason, there's something on YouTube that you want to watch, Facebook will do a pop-up when you come back to it, if you've closed the page and you go back into it, to say, do you want to start again, resume or start again? So don't be scared. It's a cloud-based system. Don't be scared about, I've got to do this all the way to the end and make sure that it's perfect for you perfectionists. You can come back to it at any time. And it's got these little steps. So you just click on these and it'll take you back. So for instance, if you want to change the budget, you just click back to it. Cool? You can't break it, I promise you. You can overspend, but you can't break it. All right, so for this one, I've got traffic, and I'm going to send them to the website. I've clicked website here. So in your ad set, you're going to write objective name, and then you're going to put underneath it what Facebook page name. So, sorry, that should be website. Yeah, website, sorry. Yep, thanks, Phil. Probably my 3-year-old come in and jumped on me at that time when I was writing that. And this little thing here is offers. Now, 18 months ago, and you can switch it on and off. 18 months ago, I remember listening to someone saying, don't do offers, they're the worst, blah, blah, blah. I think offers are the shizzle. They are the best. Because what you can do is if you've got something of low value to you but high value to someone else, you can get them to opt in straight away to an offer, and it's just like a CRM. What it will do is it will give them the offer, and you can have a time limit when they can claim that offer, and it will send a message to their messenger. It will send an email to their email saying 7 days to collect this offer, 3 days to collect this offer, 24 hours to collect this offer. That is sexy. How good's that? And it does it all for you. I love offers. So if you haven't tried it, if you've got something that's of low value to you, but high value to the customer, and I'll show you an example, offers are the way to go. Yeah, Rach? Yeah, I will show an example. Okay, cool. Awesome. So if you have an offer now that you're thinking about, that you could put it out there, write it down. If you don't, that's cool. Audience. We're going to build an audience. Too many buttons now, Steve. Sorry, this is the offer that we did. I had to turn this off because we had 92 claims. I spent $129. Look how many people it reached. I did this one in April, and I only ran it for, I don't know, a couple of days, and it was like this was going to get out of hand. And the offer was a free paintball mask. And so it just went haywire. And we've done other ones where we've given 100 paintballs for free, things like that. But what it does is it does have a low retention rate. Like you won't get many out of it, but it creates the buzz, you know. And Facebook communicates to the customer on your behalf and reminds them to grab that offer. Now, it can't get much better than that. You don't have to go in and work your CRM. You don't have to do a sequence. It's all there for you. And we turned it off, and we spent $129 on that. And I think we had 4 people that come through on that offer, which means 4 people on average bring 10 people because they play paintball alone. So they would have probably turned around in, I don't have the figures on me, but just I know my numbers, around $4,000 for $129. Okay, so that we will run that offer again. We just want to do it a little bit differently. Cool, awesome. So audience. So we're going to talk about audiences, guys. So remember we did the avatar. This is where you insert your avatar. So you're going to go in to your ads manager, and you're going to build a custom audience, or if you want to, you're going to retarget the people in your CRM because you would have done it, put it into a CSV file, uploaded it, and if you're confused by that, Facebook will step you through it. Cool? Okay? And you can retarget people that have already been here. But if you want to do a custom audience, then you've got this, oh, whoops. Gotta go back. That's so hard to see. Just here, geographical area. Now you can set Facebook to only work in Australia if you want to. I have our one set into Australia instead of all over the world. But you can just set it, and then you can super ninjafy it by dropping pins if you want. You can put in like Wollongong and it'll come up. I find pin droppings really well. Drop a pin on a map and you can make the radius big or small, okay? And that's who you're geographically trying to target. I find dropping pins is much easier. You just drop the pin, and if you want to reduce the size, I've done some that are as small as 5Ks, and I've did it for a reason. Cool. So, and then you're going to talk about age. Oh, stop doing that, Mossy. You're going to talk about age. So we usually do ages, depending on what we're targeting. If we're targeting bucks, we'll probably do from 20 to 30. If we're doing, say, corporates, we'll probably do 20 to 45. We find maybe 50 in age. All this information comes from your avatar. Cool? All right. And then we've got gender. Unless you're like Fernwood, that is all female. I don't know if there's any male gyms, maybe up in Sydney. I don't know. Oh, that was on the edge, Mossy. Be careful. So gender, you've got to go all, okay? Unless you're specifically languages, English, just keep it, unless you're, doing Brazilian something for Brazil, you want like a Brazilian community, that's super targeted. Cool. And then we're going to detail the targeting. So where it says here, detailed targeting, you can start typing in demographics, interests, and behaviours. So for instance, if you're looking to accountants, you want to get accountants, which is probably the hardest target to hit, you put in accountancy 0, MYOB, all that sort of stuff will start to come up because that's what their interests are. I'm sure they do stuff out of numbers, but you're gonna, and behaviours, and it's why it's doing that, populating that. It's going to do suggestions for you. It helps you along. Cool, awesome. And if you want to, you can save that audience for a later date. Awesome. So where are we up to? Placement. All right. Big mistake that people do is when they do their placement. So this is where you're going to put your ad. When I build an ad, 70% of our people look at our ads on a mobile device. I think most people are now, because phones are so big, looking at either iPads or mobiles. They're not really looking at desktops. When I build my ad, I always build it in a mobile view. I don't build it in a desktop view. But a lot of people, when they do their device placements, and I just put all devices, but when they do their placements for the actual ad, they'll do Facebook, Instagram, and Audience Network. Now, Audience Network is basically, do you know when you're looking at an app, and an ad pops up? So if you could look at an ad and all of a sudden an app, that's Audience Network. Most people say it doesn't work. I don't use it. I think it's a waste of money because a lot of people go to turn it off and it'll switch through to straight to your website and you're getting charged for it. So that's what Audience Networks. And then if you don't want to do all Facebook, Instagram, I tend to do both depending on what the ad is. You can just do a messenger ad, which will lock out those other ones anyway. I've actually been doing Instagram stories ads. Has anyone done Instagram story ads? No? So up the top of Instagram, stories is starting to get some traction. You can actually do Instagram story ads. Okay, I haven't got enough data to say whether it's killing it, but either way, I'm out in people's heads. I'm seeing them. Cool. All right. Awesome. Then so we've done audience, placement, budget. Now, we're playing the long game here. We're not playing the short game. People go to Facebook and go, I'm going to spend $5 a day for 10 days, and I'm hoping to get out of that $5,000 worth of business. It's about the long game. You've got to be realistic with it. I think it used to be $5 a day. I think it's now $10 a day. I find when I spend at least $10 a day, some ads I spend $50 a day, some ads I spend $20 a day, but most ads will be $10 a day. And I run around 5 ads on average consistently. Sometimes in peak season I'll run them up to 7, and they're all doing different things, okay, and targeting different audiences. And sometimes I'll have 2 ads targeting the same audience, different types, do some split testing. Now, your eyes are probably rolling in your head. I just want to remind you this. I just want to stop. I'm not a digital agency. I'm a business person. I run a business. That's my steak. That's my meat. Okay? I do this in the background. If I can do it, I'm not that clever. Anyone can do it, okay? So don't get too overwhelmed. Just take a deep breath. Facebook will step you through the whole process. Cool? Okay, so budget is totally up to you. You can monitor it for 3 to 4 days. If you feel that you're not getting what you want out of the budget, you can either up your budget or change something within your Facebook ad to change what your ROI, your return on investment. And scheduling. So we've gone through budget, scheduling. It's up to you. If you've run Facebook ads, Facebook will tell you the best time to run your ads. I just run them consistently. I don't care. I get the return that I want on them. I just run them consistently. You can spend a lot of time getting super ninja on this stuff. Google is a different story. Google, I'm super scheduled on it because the cost per click is stupid what it costs compared to Facebook. Facebook, I'm happy just to be there in the background, constantly working. My business works 24/7. In fact, a lot of our bookings, because we have a CRM, bookings and payments work while I'm having a snooze. You know, we're getting money in. It's working 24/7, and that's what all businesses should do if you can make it that way. Okay, so we've done budget and schedule, and bid amount. Oh, sorry. Okay, bid amount. Just leave it automated. You can go down into like more options and get detailed. Just leave it automated for now. Just get the thing started. Get your analytics happening and then work out what you want to do. We don't want to get too complicated, do we? No, Mossy. All right. So we're going to get started. So that's the ad set. We're going to get into the ad. And all these slides Mr. Dixon has. He can email them to you if you want to go back through them. But can I just tell you, if you take this piece of paper and you jump into Facebook and write an ad, it will all come back to you and it'll be super easy. Cool. Ad. We're going to get into our ad. So your identity is basically your Facebook page and your Instagram page. They should be already loaded, and if you don't, Facebook will ask you to load Instagram up there. On the flip side, your Instagram page should be linked to your Facebook page. So whenever you post on Instagram, it should be slotting straight across to Facebook if you haven't already done it. Yep.
Quick question. For a Facebook page, you just don't have to Instagram.
Yep.
When you click on as far as your audience, you're going to hit it's got Facebook and
You need an Instagram page. Yeah, yeah. Which is not hard to create. You just do it on your mobile.
I don't know if this is what's on. When I've got my Facebook business page
Yep.
linked to Instagram, if I do something on Instagram and go to Facebook, always go to my personal Facebook.
It's just a setting.
I've tried to change
We'll have. We're gonna have a look straight afterwards. Yeah, yeah. Did you try and change it in Facebook or Instagram? Instagram. Okay, cool. I remember I had that problem ages ago. I can't remember it, but it's just one of those things. You start digging, you'll find the answer. Cool. All right. So we've got our identity. We've worked out. I want you to put down your Instagram page and your Facebook page, and please let your Instagram page be the same branding as your Facebook page. Don't separate them. Okay. So, and don't send. Don't make your personal account your business link to your business account. Actually have a business Instagram account. Okay. Otherwise, you're just confusing people. What's the key? Consistency. Yeah. Awesome. All right. So we've done that. We're going to go to the format. So we've got, if you look down there, you've got different images that you can do. You've got carousel, which is multiple images, and basically Facebook will work out which image is working best, and that could be as little as one like. I don't like carousel. I prefer to just put one image up, and I prefer to even better to put a video up. Videos always get better results than a single image, unless that single image is amazing. Okay, you can do a slideshow. You can do. I haven't used this collection feature. I won't even talk about it because I haven't used it, so I don't want to talk about something I don't know about. Cool. All right. So next is the complicated part. Remember, what's your $1 million message? Does everyone got it in their head? Awesome. So what we're going to do is we're going to start creating content. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to write text in there what your $1 million message is. So you have, was it on the other page? It usually says headline. Sorry. Yeah, so okay, so you're going to have, you can have a different like website link that you want to send them to the one that you're actually displaying. Your text message, now, like my hairdo, less is more. You want to keep everything simple. People have got attention span of a peanut. They're scanning through. You want to be able to capture them with the image, and then you want that $1 million message to be like, boom, straight in your face. All right? You want to make sure it's on point. One of the things we do for bucks is we talk about you only get one shot to get it right for your mate. We try and hit that pain point, like you don't get a second chance. You know, it's your mate's bucks party, because usually the groomsman, so we've got to get it right. All right? So that's your $1 million message. You can add more content, and you should have content up the top. That's your $1 million message, and down the bottom, a little bit more of an expansion of what you're offering. And you're going to have your web link. Cool. Then, sorry Steve, I haven't seen the time. How much longer have we got? 20? All right. Then, we're going to have a call to action. Everything that you do on your Facebook page should have a call to action button on it. So if you've got a call now, make sure your mobile or your landline's linked to that call now button. For us, we use call now. But when you do a Facebook ad, always, whether even if it's engagement or what, just have a call to action on it. You want people to click on it. One of the ones that we use, unless we're doing a retargeting, jab, 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 right hook, Gary V. If you're just talking to the customer for the first time, you want to learn more button. We use learn more. We don't use the book now. A lot of people use the book now. And to people, it's like, I'm not ready to book now. I'm not ready to book now. I want to know more. If we're retargeting, we know that they've already been, we'll do the book now button. It's like, yep, you've seen our ad, we want you to take action. All right? So what you're doing is bringing them down that sales funnel. Most of the time, do learn more. If you've got a shop, do a shop now. If it's going to be an e-newsletter, do a sign up now, sort of program for gyms. Gyms use a lot of sign ups. They use a sign up. Watch more. If you're a consultant, you might want request time or something like that. So call to action. And the last little bit, which is on that bottom bit, just there, please put your pixel in. If you don't have a pixel, you won't be able to get the analytics that will tell you whether your ad's killing it or not. Okay, let's get down to it. Any questions on that bit? Sometimes. Sometimes it'll just take it straight to a lead magnet. Sometimes it'll take it to a landing page. Sometimes it would just take it to our website. Like as in, so it's not a specific landing page that has a driving force on it, trying to get them to do something. All work. All work, some suck. It's test and measure, test and measure. It's constantly test and measuring. I'm not going to lie, I run a business, so I'm usually up at 4 a.m. doing this stuff because that's when I'm a morning person, I'm not a night person. It's 4 a.m. to 6:30, surf, and it's all about my little one and my wife, and then putting out fires all day. And then a little bit at night, and then I do it over again. But a lot of time spent in this. Cool? So, Pete, it's test and measure. Test and measure. Put it out there. But unless you do something, a lot of people go, I want the 7 pills that are going to, magic pills that are going to get me the best ROI, and I want to know it before I do anything. You know, you have to do something. You've got to get the data. And that brings me to this. Does Facebook advertising work? I love Henry Ford, worst dad in the world, great entrepreneur. Stop advertising to save money is like stopping your watch to save time. You have to advertise. But we've moved, as much as advertising's moved, so I said earlier it was like 15 grand on Yellow Pages when I first started in business, $100,000 a year on newspaper advertising. I've done the bus advertising, I've done the cinema advertising, I've done it all. Done mail drops where you find like a whole pile that's been thrown into the bin. Done it all. The fact is, now that we're in this digital age, people go, I know newspaper advertising doesn't work. I know radio advertising doesn't work. But I'm not going to do anything because they don't work and I'm too scared of this. You still have to market. The best news today is you've got this machine that's going to give you all the information. Instead of throwing a billboard up there that's going to cost you $3,000 a month and you're hoping that someone's going to take action driving past it, you know? So advertise. Don't stop advertising. And, all right. So most people ask me, what's your return on investment on all your Facebook advertising, Mossy? And can you break it down in detail? Because I want to replicate it. So I'm going to break it down. You won't be able to read that. But I just thought I ripped off some stuff off our ads page yesterday, and I'll try and make it basically for October. Cool? It's real time. Because I don't know about you, you know, to be real, I've heard all those messages that I've made my client $1 million through Facebook advertising. I've never met anyone that's made $1 million out of Facebook advertising, but good on them. I think you need to be realistic in your expectations, and it's all about the macro, the long game, not the short game. Okay? All right, so last month, I spent $1,604 on Facebook advertising. I reached 166 people. So reached meaning I reached. Impressions, I made 610,000 impressions, which means they've seen it multiple times. That's impressions, okay? I won't go through the cost per click and all that sort of stuff because some went well, some went not so well, but this is what I rely on. One thing I learned is to keep things simple. Don't complicate them. And when I go to my metrics, so one of the first things I learned, 2014, I was at a boot camp, was about numbers. Numbers are everything. If you don't know your numbers in business, you're basically turning in circles. You need to know your metrics and your measurements. So the first thing I go to is I go to my Facebook analytics. The second thing I go to is Google Analytics, because I want to know if I'm spending $1,600 and I'm driving through Facebook 2,800 people to my website, and I know what my average people book. So we've got all the metrics. I know what the percentage is from people booking to actually turning up on the day. I know what my average spend is. I have the formula. It's really simple. It makes it easy for me to determine on how much I spend, and that's how much I spend. $1,600 is exactly how much I want to spend. It's the same with my Google Analytics. I know because I spent $1,600 and I got 2,800 people to come to my website. I know how many people are going to go to the next level. You can have cost per click and all that, but this is how I operate and this is what works for me. Who runs a website for their business? Who knows how many people are going to their website, start off with? Cool. Who would like 2,800 leads to go to their website? We're talking marketing. Would you spend $1,600 for that? It's not rocket science. Marketing, sales is different. Once I get those leads, that's a whole other boot camp, okay? We can't get lost. We're just talking about getting leads. So Google Analytics. Now, my Google Analytics, we dominate SEO, but I spend about $5,000 a month on Google. And I get less than, I think it's like through my ads, it's like 1,000 people. The rest are organic, you know. I'm spending way more, getting less people, but I have to be up there. I have to dominate. I'm hopefully one day get Super Ninja on that. Facebook return is amazing. 2,800, 1,600 bucks, do it every day of the week. But what people want is, I want to spend over the next month $100 thinning out my Facebook ad, and I want to have more customers through the door. You've got to be realistic, guys. Break it down. Facebook Analytics, Google Analytics, know all your numbers. Break it down, reverse engineer it, bring it back to this. Then, pen and paper. I have booking coordinators that answer the phone. We do have after-hours automation system, but most of the time it's answering the phone. And even if they come through automation, we have a pen and paper and it's written into blocks. And everyone should do this in the business. Where did you come from? Where is that lead? Is it word of mouth? So this is how it's broken down. So I've just given you the stats on Facebook, all right? This is pen and paper. This is people talking to humanoids and going, where did you come from? It's so important. You need to have these stats. If you're not doing these stats today, if you're going to change anything in your business, if you've got someone answering phones or you're answering the phone, one of the questions you need to ask is, how'd you hear about us? So, word of mouth is 29%. Returning player is 16%. Google search is 38%. I can't see, I don't know what's next. So I think we're getting into social media now. Driving past is 0.8%. So spending all that massive amount of money on signage and all that was just a waste of time. Facebook, 0.8%. So I've just given you the stats on Facebook. So what I'm trying to illustrate here is that as much as you're advertising on Facebook, you're still branding constantly. People will notoriously go, I remember Ultimate Paintball, I remember their ad, I might have clicked on it, I might have even looked at their website, but when we ask them, the default is Google. Or I know someone. All right. Don't get lost in what they call a deep dive. I'm going to deep dive down right into these analytics and I'm going to pull it all apart. Have the information, have this, but go back to what's real. How much did I spend? How many customers have I got? How much does it cost me to get that customer to that website? Really simple. Sorry, bud. Sometimes I spend more. Yeah, roughly, yeah. No, it wasn't. It was targeted. It was 5-6 different ads targeted at all sorts of people. So I just said the reach was like 166,000 for that spend. Yeah, and the impressions were more. What I'm trying to say is that Facebook is, I'll just reverse it. What I found is that everyone wants to take Facebook because it's a new platform and they want to have this whole track where they can go, this customer come from here and it cost me exactly like that. And you can do that at Facebook. You can do it. It's all there. But you have to be super ninja. So apart from running your business, you've got to learn all this platform back end and all this sort of stuff. You need to have event pixels. You need to have proper landing pages. You need to test and measure, change things, Then you have to have your CRM on point, and then you've got to connect it all point. Why not just keep it simple, get what works and work with that so you can keep on running your business and have lifestyle. That's all I'm saying. Remember, I'm not a digital marketing agency. I'm a business operator. I want to surf and spend time with my family. Instagram, 0.8%. Promotional tickets, 16%. So one of the things that you should have in your business is minimum 8 marketing pillars. So different ways people come into your business. We run 12 and Facebook is only one. So within those marketing pillars, we have multiple campaigns. I'm not going to get into that, but just Google marketing pillars or speak to Steve. He can help you out with that stuff. But you should have multiple ways that people come into your business. So it should be like, boom. And if you have your million dollar message, if it's on point, you can spread that message across all 10 pillars. This is the best strategy you can have. Jeremy. It is. So basically what we do is we will give we get hit up with a lot of charities. So we'll give them what's to them a perceived value that they can then auction or whatever they do. But to us, it's low value. So we'll give something away. It's valuable, we'll give something away. Cool. Awesome. All right. And I'm so glad Entreport's not here. Our email promotions, I suck at it. I need to get so much better at it. You use Infusionsoft. I've tried. I'm just terrible at it. I'll get better. I'll hope to get to that 1-2%. Stop laughing at me, Steve. So remember, keep it simple. Don't make it complicated. Should I boost posts? The age-old question. Remember boost? I think it says promote now. It used to say boost posts. So I thought I'd do a bit of test and measuring on this. Me and my mate did. My mate's in the four-wheel drive industry. He's on TV and stuff like that. He's moving from that authority to celebrity. He's even got a separate phone that I call him on because no one else has it. Apparently, I'm like one of his important people. I think if you've got a really cool post that you've done and you're getting traction on it, meaning people that you interact with, boost it for $5. I've seen it work. And I've got more comments and all that. What's $5? A cup of coffee. Just do it. If you've got an awesome, it's already getting traction, just give it a boost. $5. It's worth it. What it does is it just brings those people on the fringe that haven't looked at your page for a while. Go, oh yeah, that's right. They're still alive. Don't do this, please. Because I've done it. Don't go on another course for top secret ads and all that sort of stuff and all that. Just start doing ads. All right? Getting things done. Implementation. Consistency compounds. Okay? Just get stuff done. All right. So a couple of pages. So I might use this, Steve. Is that all right? All right. All right. So this is what I've learned over 3 years. If this is your baseline of business, you're either going to go this way or you're going to go this way. There's only 2 ways. What I've learned with implementation, I try and implement something into my business, if not every day, every week. Some are big things, some are small things. I'm constantly trying to improve it. And what happens when you get, and the accountants love this and the financial guys love this, once you start implementing, you get compounding interest. So what happens is it's instead of going like this slow burn, you actually get this step effect. And you get there heaps sooner. And that's where I am in my business. So if you start Facebook ads and start doing a little bit before you know it, and that's all I did, was I started doing it, and now I have this compounding effect. We've got traction. We've got this momentum, and we just keep on going up and up, and I've got lots of haters, for it. So, cool. So I hope this has been helpful for you. What, sorry? Oh, oh, thanks, Mark. Thanks, bud. So just a couple of websites. Any questions? Facebook's they'll answer. You can actually get your own Facebook rep to talk to you and things like that. So hit them up. Same with Google. Now, if you've been to boot camps, usually the speaker has an offer. I've got an awesome offer today. You ready? No? All right, let's go. 3 years ago, 2014, without being over dramatic, I was a mess. So I was 20 kilos heavier. Don't laugh at me, Steve. I might cry, mate. I was 20 kilos heavier. I'd gone through what every business person does. I had a massive boom in my business, and I thought, what is the best way to blow money, waste money, and how can I tear it up really quickly? So I did scale and got multiple sites because I thought I was good. And the next year, I lost like $250,000. I was a mess. I remember speaking to so I had 7 full-time staff members. I remember speaking to my general manager, who's not with me today, and saying to him, we're dropping by $40,000 a month in revenue. And I said to him, we need to do something. So I'm running 3 sites. I am the technician. I'm not the strategist. I'm in the business doing the work. And I said to him, and I had a factory, and we all were in this factory, mate, what are we going to do? It was close to Christmas, and he looked at me, and I had a Harley Davidson. And he looked at me and he goes, perhaps you should sell your Harley. Do you think I wanted to smash that guy? Far out. Anyway, he didn't make it past Christmas. And I was a mess. I opened, the next year, I opened the paper, and I found, probably first and last time I opened the paper, and I found an advertisement that was called Breakthrough for Business. You might have heard of it. So I come to a boot camp, and it was the day that I went from there 3 years ago to where I am now, where we had car leases, we had credit cards, we have all sorts of stuff that we were so incumbent I couldn't breathe and I was losing my mind, to today I work 6 hours in the business and we have no car loans, we have no credit cards. The only debt that we have is our real estate investments. That's it. And it took 3 years. It didn't happen overnight, but I put the work in and I started implementing. And that's because of this man, because he runs this awesome program called Breakthrough for Business that you're in today. And I couldn't afford, I was turning over 3 times the amount. I couldn't afford to jump in, but I jumped in and I did it. And I'm so glad because it's changed and it's brought me to where I am today. But one of the best tools that Steve has created is this B4B Academy, which is an online portal. I get absolutely nothing out of this, okay? I just really am passionate about this group. We've got awesome people in this group, and this program will change your life. If you want to start somewhere, if you have questions, jump onto this website, sign up. What is it, Steve? $47 a month. You blow $47 a month on crap. Jump in and invest. Start implementing and change where you're at now. Who wants change in their business? Oh, no one? Oh, awesome. Yeah, cool. All right. Do it. And if you want to know what we do, jump on our website, have a look, and you can see some of the stuff. Look at our Facebook page. Do we do everything 100%? I don't have time to do everything 100%, but I know if I do 80%, I'm going to get really good results. Cool. So thank you.
All right, give him a big round of applause.